What was the, like, in the recognition of the moving from victim mentality to responsibility, how did you handle the dissonance of recognizing? Because I think one of the challenges in doing that is recognizing choice, but then we look back upon our lives and see all the times we didn't use choice. So I'm curious how you reconciled that or how you used that dissonance.
Well, I was looking at the results I was getting, and the results were not good.
You're like, the proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, the proof's in the pudding, right? If I keep blaming other people for my problem, it's going to continue getting me these poor results. But there was one moment where I was studying Dr. Wayne Dyer, and he said something. It was an audio I was listening to. He said, if you keep blaming other people, he said, if other people are the cause of your problem, you would have to hire a psychiatrist for the rest of the world in order for you to get better.
I've never heard that before. That's funny.
Isn't it funny? And it's so true. I'm like, damn, that is true. And it just
You're like,
pierced
can we
my
do that though? Can we get everybody a
right.
so I don't have to change?
How much would that cost, right? I get one for my mom, for my sister, for now. So it made
Right.
it made so much sense. And that's, just the proof was in the pudding, like you said. I knew I was not getting the results I wanted, and I knew I had to make a change. And it started with just like small little tweaks and momentum that ended up gaining traction and compounding over time.
As you say that, it made me think, like, I wonder if the pain of the results we're getting in our lives are actually enough that we can hold the pain of the recognition of the choices we're making. Like, in order to even be open to reading the book, you have to have accepted a circumstance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was desperate. To me, at that time, I only had two options: either end my life or figure it out. Right. So I knew I made the decision that I was not going to end my life because my mom. So that left me with just one option: figure it out. So I was so desperate and determined to figure out that that's the point where I was like, okay, I'll read this book. And I had the book for weeks before I actually ended up reading it. But once I did, the rest is history.
What was the first book?
It was The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson. And it wasn't that that was the book, that like the only book and the best book in the world. It is a great book, but it taught me about small decisions that we make every day that compound over time, good or bad. And if you could just make small little changes every day, you could look back a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, and that will compound to the results you get in life. So it really taught me about just small little behavior changes.